Yo, what's going on, guys? hertigeN, back again, and today wanted to show you guys how to start out playing in Rust and building your first base and getting accustomed to the game. Now, whenever you first enter into the game, you'll see we'll wake up on the beach right here. So once you wake up, you'll be left with a torch and a rock. And so basically the first thing you're going to want to do is, actually I'm going to go down here and kill this because we're going to need some low-grade fuel. And to get low-grade fuel, we are going to need animal fat. So I'm going to kill this boar right here right quick. Oh! Okay, bye, boar. There he is. Come back. Jesus. But yeah, so you're going to need this animal fat because you're going to need to place a furnace into your house. But anyways, moving right past that, we're going to build our first house, and it's going to be a very simple house. Pretty much your main focus is going to be just building something that's going to be able to keep you safe from like the nakeds who are spawning in, the fresh spawns who are coming into the game. You want to be able to protect yourself from them. The base is not going to protect you from anybody coming at you with C4 or anything like that, but keep in mind that crafting C4 is very time consuming, and you also have to have the blueprints for C4, which might take you a while to find. So you're really not going to have to worry about your base being raided, because somebody, whenever they see like such a small base, they're probably not going to waste their C4 coming in, because they're going to know that it's a fresh player and that player is probably not going to have a lot to offer them, so they're not going to waste their resources. But anyway, here's a tree, and we have a rock. That's all we're going to start out with. So the first two things we're going to want to make is a pickaxe and a stone hatchet. So if we go over here to our tools, we're going to see that we have a stone hatchet and a stone pickaxe. So we're going to need 200 wood and 250 more wood and some stone. So let's go ahead and start bashing away on this tree, because we want to make the tools so that we're able to gather more resources. And with our rock, you can see we're picking up 10 right now. So we're going to beat away at this tree for a second. Alright, so we've got about 450 pieces of wood, which is going to be enough to be able to craft this as a hatchet and stone pickaxe. But now we're going to need to look for some stone. And basically, you can't just go up to any rock and start bashing on it to get stone. It's going to be these little small... These little small stones are pretty distinguishable between the other rocks. So let me go out here and try and find some. Also remember, anytime you come across an animal, go ahead and kill that thing, because we're going to need some animal fat for our furnaces. Alright, so here's a piece of stone right here, and we're going to go ahead and make sure we get enough, I think 125 pieces of stone. And you'll also notice when you're hitting this, you collect more than just stone. We're collecting metal ore right here, and we'll also collect some sulfur ore, which we need all these things. So also be sure to pick up these whenever you come across them. These are hemp fibers, and these are used for multiple things. Primarily we're going to be using them for our sleeping bag and also for the furnace that we're going to be building for our house. Alright, so once we have enough stones, we're going to go ahead and craft our stone pickaxe first. And that way we can get enough stones to go ahead and make our stone hatchet as well. And there's going to be a craft time for this, which is going to be 30 seconds because we are playing in the vanilla server. Alright, so now our pickaxe is done, so we're going to go ahead and chop away. And you can see now that we're getting a lot more than we were with just our rock. When we pull it out, we're just going to be getting like 6 metal ore, and I think we're getting like 6 stones. And we pull out our pickaxe, and it's a lot quicker. You can collect stuff a lot quicker, so this is the first thing you want to get. Your stone pickaxe and your stone hatchet. Later on, you'll be able to get blueprints for better tools, and that'll help you be able to attain resources even quicker. So we're going to go ahead and chop at these for a minute and make sure we get some stones. Alright, we have enough stone. Now we'll go ahead and get our stone hatchet. And also you want to make sure that you're using the correct tool for the work that you're getting, or for the resources that you're gathering. So you want to use the stone pickaxe for the rocks, and make sure you use the stone hatchet for the wood. If you do it the other way around, you're going to break your tools a lot quicker. And here you can see we're gathering 20 wood as opposed to the 10 that we were gathering slowly with our rock right here. So this is why you want to make sure you get your tools as quick as possible, because it makes gathering a lot easier. Alrighty, so I spent some time gathering some wood and some stone, and now we're ready to just start building our base. The first thing we're going to need to do is go in here, and we're going to need to make a piece of paper, because our piece of paper is going to allow us to be able to build our building plan, which is going to be under the construction. So after we get that piece of paper, then we're going to build our building plan, and we're also going to need a hammer. So I'm going to go ahead and craft that right now. And your hammers are going to be used to upgrade your foundation and your walls and stuff like that into a higher tier. So let me go ahead and go ahead and craft these right quick. Alright guys, now we have our things crafted that were needed. So we're going to go ahead and start crafting. So we're going to pull out our building plan right here. And we're going to start with a square foundation. Now to change between the different kinds of options that you have, you just want to right click on your mouse And here you can just right click and hold, and here you can just kind of pick what you want to work with. And we're going to start with the square foundation. So we're going to put one down right here, and then we're going to put another one down, and then we're going to go to, actually we're going to put a third one down right here, and then we're going to go ahead and put up some walls. So a cheek, and put one there, there. We're going to leave this back one open for now. And now we're going to switch to our doorway, and we're going to have our door right here. So that's the basic of it right there. And right here I'm actually going to set up something just to give us a little bit more room in our house. And we're going to put a triangle foundation right here. And there we go. Now we're going to take our hammer and we'll go ahead and upgrade all of this. So we're going to upgrade to stone, and you want to do this immediately. You can upgrade this to wood if you like, but really you just need to go ahead and upgrade it to stone. That's the best thing you can possibly do. Of course we want to go ahead and go to armored after that if you'd like, but on this base we're just going to do stone for right now. And also you want to make sure the stone is facing the right direction. So you'll come across bases all the time where walls are kind of switched around. Here you can see the rough edge on the outside, and on the inside it has the smooth edge. So you want it like that because this is going to be the hard side to get through. And if you have it turned around the other way, they're going to be able to bust through your stone wall a lot easier. So let's go ahead and finish upgrading this right quick. If you mess up, you can just right click on it and then you can rotate it back. So it's no big deal. Just make sure you have them facing the right direction. Alright, there we go. And I'm just going to leave this open just for a moment. Well, actually I can go ahead and put down one wall. Let's put down this wall. And go ahead and upgrade that. Alright, so there's the basic flooring foundation, what we're going to have set up in here. And right here, we're going to go ahead and build us a two cupboard, and this is basically going to allow us to be able to build on our property and nobody else. And that's going to take a couple minutes to craft up right quick because we are in a vanilla server. We are in a vanilla server. But I'm going to go ahead and put down some flooring right here. Or some roofing, I should say. And how much stone we got left? I'm not sure if, hopefully we'll have enough to upgrade all this. If not, I might have to run out and get some more stone for the back. Alright, so this is looking nice. Basically, I made it this long because with any base, I think the most important thing that every single base probably needs to have is they need to have a double doorway system. So basically what that means is we're going to have two doorways leading into our home. And this is almost necessary because if you open your door coming out of your home and somebody's been camping and waiting on you and they kill you, they immediately have access to enter your home. So by setting up a double doorway system, you can leave this door, close it, and then come on outside. So if they do, somebody does happen to kill you, you know, you still have a door set up to block them from getting out. But yeah, we need to go ahead and upgrade this also. And here on the back side, what we're actually going to do back here is we're going to place a couple of furnaces. So I'm going to go ahead and cook those up. Let's see. So we're going to need, like I said, the animal fat from the animals that we were getting earlier and from those hemp fibers that we were picking up, which is going to give us our cloth, which we have right here. So we're going to go ahead and make as much as we can right here. We're going to craft that and wait on that to get done. Still have 30 seconds left on our cupboard. That's all right, though. Let's go ahead and run around here. And you can see right here we have this. You can see this is faced the right way. We want to make sure that the rough side is on the outside, whichever way they're entering. All right, so we have our tool board now, and we're going to go ahead and place that somewhere right here. Yeah, right there. We're also going to want to make a sleeping bag so that we can put it in here so we can spawn inside of our house. So don't forget that. We're going to have craft that coming up. And here you can see our low-grade fuel is coming up, which we're going to use for our furnace. We're actually going to put our furnace right here in the back. And the reason is it's going to give us a little bit more room to work inside of our house. We can put it in our house if we'd like. But right here, I'm actually going to put my sleeping bag, and then we're going to put our storage boxes right here on the side. It's just going to give us a little bit more room to work with. And it's just a little trick that you can reach through the furnace in the back of your wall if you have it sticking through a little bit. I'll show you guys as soon as the low-grade fuel is done. Let's see how much we got. 40. I think we need 50 for a furnace. All right, while that furnace is finishing up, actually the furnace is done now, but we're going to go ahead and put down our sleeping bag on the inside right here. Well, there we go. Oh, don't forget to authorize yourself on your cupboard afterwards, because right now you can see we can't place it down anywhere. So make sure to go up to the cupboard and hit E to authorize yourself. And we're going to go ahead and put our sleeping bag here, rename it, and we'll go ahead and just call this home. All right, there we go. All right, let's go around to the back now, and we're going to put our furnace sticking through this wall just a little bit. This is why, make sure you leave your walls down before you do this. So we're going to take our furnace, and we're just going to place it in the back of the wall just a little bit. You can see right now, see here, it's just on the platform, and we just want to stick it through this wall just a little bit, like so. There we go. Now when we come around to the other side, and when we're inside of our base, just give us a little bit more room right here, so our cupboard's going to be in the way and everything. And you can actually reach these through the walls, because obviously you can see it right here. And we can open it up and everything. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off right now. But actually, you know what? We do need this, because we are going to need to craft us a armored door. And that's pretty important. Since we are going to have to craft this, we don't want to be working inside of our home and leave us open for attack. So we're going to go ahead and make one more door. And this is going to be a wooden door. This is just going to be temporary for the time being. And we're also going to make a lock. But you really want to have an armored door as soon as possible. So we're just throwing this up just to have, you know, a little bit of protection while we're going to be cooking inside this thing. Also, we don't have any walls on the outside. So that's probably going to be pretty important for us to do. Let's go ahead and throw up. We'll throw up a wall right there. A wall right there. And we're going to switch to a triangle floor. And put it right there. Now, I don't think we actually have enough stone to upgrade all this. No. All right, so we're out of stone, but we're just going to pretend, you know, just for the sake of this video, because I don't want to go out and have to hunt more stone right now. But just upgrade that, and that's going to close off that furnace so that nobody can get in. And actually, if this was a home that I was going to use, I would probably throw, you know, go ahead and throw 2 furnaces in there. All right, so we have our door and our key made. We're going to go ahead and throw this up. Now, something to remember when you're placing doors is it's same concept as the walls. You want to make sure the door is faced the right way. And the easiest way to remember this is if you're building from the inside, you want to make sure the door handle is going to be on the right. So you want it to open inwards towards your home. So stand on the inside, make sure the door handle is on the right. You can just move and that'll flip around like that and just place it in the door like so. And then we'll open that up and we'll go ahead and put our lock on it. Remember, this is just going to be temporary. Having a lock and a wooden door definitely, it's not a very good thing. We're going to go ahead and create the key though. Because you have to keep this key on you. If you lose this key, you know, you'll lose your home until you come and break down this door. So you really want to upgrade to the armor and the code lock as soon as possible. But for now, this is going to work because now we're going to be able to come in here and we're going to be able to do some work. So what we're going to need to do is throw in some metal ore, and this is going to make the metal fragments for our home. And like I said, you're going to really want to have 2 furnaces going for this because we're going to need to throw in this high quality metal ore also, because that's going to be one of the requirements for getting our armor door right here. We're going to need 2 high quality metal. But I'm just going to use 1 for now. It'll take us a little bit longer, but we'll go ahead and throw, this will be enough for this. I think it takes 500 metal fragments for the armor door. Yeah, 500 metal fragments. And let's go ahead and throw this in here too and turn this thing on. Put some more wood in there. Alright, so it's taken us quite a while to get these metal fragments because we only have 1 furnace going, but just something to make sure, if you want to do this a little bit quicker, is to make sure you spread out your metal ore, because if you have it all stacked on one thing, it's just going to be cooking it just that 1 stack at a time. So try and spread this out as much as you can. And actually, to do that, I'm going to go ahead and take the charcoal out. Well, let me split this right here. Take this charcoal. There we go. Just to make it cook a little bit quicker. So we're going to need 500 for the metal armor. So as soon as that gets done, I'll show you guys the armor door. Alright guys, so we got 600 metal fragments now, which is going to be enough to make our armor door along with the code lock that we're going to need. So I'm going to go ahead and craft that right quick. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and slap this on there. And just like we talked about earlier, we want to make sure the door handle is going to be on the right. So that way it's opening to the inside. So put that on. Now we're going to put our code lock on. So we're going to open the door. Put this on, and then we're going to change our code and just, you know, put whatever you want. Just for this video, I'm just going to put 1111. And there we go. We're set up, and we're pretty much complete now. I mean, we can go ahead and throw down a little storage box right here. I mean, you can put down as many as you want. Just make sure to not have it sticking out your wall, and you don't want somebody to be able to loot it through the other side of the wall, just like the furnace is right there. So make sure we have it sticking like that, and then you can open that up, put some stuff in there. You definitely want to put, you know, your imported stuff like your high quality metal, low grade fuel, stuff like that. Definitely your key. Actually, you probably want to get rid of that key as soon as possible. So you want to keep cooking some metal fragments, so you can go ahead and at least put a code lock on this door. But I would probably upgrade that to armor. If you want to leave it wood, you can. One armor door might be enough for just a solo player, but if you want to just have a little bit more reinforcement, you can go ahead and start crafting you another armor door, which is probably what I would do. But that's pretty much it. We can take a step outside, check out our base, and like I said, it's just like a little solo base for the lone wolf. It should do good. Nobody's really going to come mess with you who could actually break into the base with like C4 or anything like that. But if you wanted to reinforce it just a little bit more, now that we have like the basics stuff, and you can actually go out and start gathering some stuff, if you wanted to come back and start reinforcing this, you can start doing what we call the honeycomb, which is basically just like this, like so, and then this creates like a triangle thing. So in order for them to blast through the side of your home right here, they're gonna have to go through one wall, which will be this wall right here, and then they'll have to go through one more wall, and then they'll have to go through the other wall, just like I kind of talked about in one of my previous videos and our big house that we have going on. But for the lone wolf, you want to be able to throw up something just as quick as possible. So this is why we went with this base, just something small, easy, something to store your stuff in and protect you from any kind of nakeds running around, or even somebody who's out looking to loot off other players. So you have a little nice safe house now. Now, if you wanted to protect a little bit more on the top also after you honeycombed it, because people do tend to get on top of your base, these little one-story bases. Even if they had a friend with them, they could just kind of boost them up on top, and then they only have one wall to get through. But they're still going to have to. It's still going to require a lot of pickaxing to get through it. And with the updates that Rust has had now, it's a lot harder to just stone pickaxe your way through one of these walls. It's going to take a very long time. But if you were concerned with that, you can always put down. Let's see. We'll go ahead and make a triangle foundation somewhere. Put it right here. We're going to remove this afterwards, and we'll go with the L-shaped stair. Oh. And if you wanted to put, like, say, you can craft you a couple of these wooden barricades. That's going to take a couple minutes. All right, so our wooden barricade's done now. So like I said, if you're concerned with this at all, you could just kind of throw a few of these up here if you wanted to. We'll put one right there, and you can just throw a couple more up here. And even if they want to destroy this thing, they have to get close enough to be able to hit it, and it's just going to kill them. They can always shoot it with bows, but it is going to offer you a little bit of protection and just another level of something that they're going to have to get through. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And something I would highly recommend is while you're out collecting more stone to cook in the furnace to be able to upgrade this door, is you definitely want to hide your key. You don't want to go out, you know, gathering supplies and stuff like this with your key. So you can just make a small stash, which is going to cost you about 30 cloth, and just take this thing and just make sure you put it somewhere close by your house. And do not forget where you put it. Make sure you have a landmark that you're really not going to forget. I've lost multiple stashes before, even though I really thought that I would be able to find it again. You know, I picked out a spot and I was like, yeah, I remember this. But nope, ended up losing it. So that's another reason. The key is just, you just don't want to have a key. But when you're first starting out, it's pretty necessary until you can get an armored code lock, because you don't want to just be cooking in a furnace in here with open doors so somebody can come and, you know, raid you while you're cooking it. But let's see, is this thing done? Yeah, take your small stash, just put it somewhere that you're going to remember. I'll put it right here since, you know, that'd be a good spot, because you know it's this big rock right beside your house. Go through this little crease, and we'll just place that right there, open it up, and put your key in there, and then just bury it back in the ground. And to get your small stash back out, you just walk back up to it and look at it again, and it'll pop up for you. It might take you a few tries to get it, but yep, that's pretty much it, guys. Hope this helps you out. But you can keep working onto the base, keep adding on to it. But just starting out, this right here, just this little 1x3 I think I have going on is plenty. Nobody with C4 is going to come along and try and take this down. So when you're just starting out, build a base like this until you can gather more supplies like that and move on to somewhere else where you can build a bigger and better base, or maybe with your friends. But for the lone wolf, this should help you guys out a lot, and hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, guys, peace.